Hmm.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last day of breaking the walls of lies, being brutally honest with me, with the precious me. And as we've done all the topics through the year with the maestro that is me. And I'm sure after this call, there'll be a lot of shifts and changes. And I'm sure in the last 12 months that you've been with us, uh, we've come a long way and we've destroyed and uncreated everything that was yesterday. And before I hand you all over to Aradhna, um, we just have one more call left. We began last year in April, so we have the March last call
Yay.
happening in March. And
Yay.
after that, 12, this group will be there. We'll be changing the format. We'll be coming up with something different and something new, but equally exciting. Like bullet shots will be coming up. So that's in the process. In the meanwhile, have fun. I'm sure we'll come up with something really exciting for the last topic of in March. And what fun can we have after that and with this call today? All yours, Aradhana.
Thank you. I'm so happy because just before starting this call, she just said this is the last call. I said, yes, this is my last call of 12 months. Shit. And I was like, what else is possible? What else is possible? So
We
I have
created
another
the
month
group.
with you guys.
Yeah. We created
Yeah,
the group on 26th March. So we have one more call.
awesome. I'm excited now. And what else is possible? I mean, this is such a yummy space. Like you guys are used to, I'm used to you. So everything that is can be destroyed and unkit all, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, all nature, boys and beyond. Thank you everybody for showing up. And I would be using access clearing statement, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, all nature, boys and beyond, which is like a magic wand which helps us clearing all the blocks and everything we have created in past which we do not require anymore or isn't serving us anymore. We can just say the statement, or we can say pod and pock, or you can just say what Aradhana says, Dane says, Gary says, or anything, or whatever Access says. And it's just a choice. You don't have to. For me, it works like magic. So I use it. And if you want to understand it, you can go to theclearingstatement.com and check there. Awesome. And thank you. Welcome, people who are joining me for the third day on this series. How does it get any better? And people who are joining me for the first day today, on the third day, can go back if they choose to, can go and listen to the first and the second call, which is on the YouTube. And how does it get any better? And what else is possible? So yesterday's question, our home play was, who what does being brutally honest means to you? Anybody played with it? Did anybody play with it? Anybody? Yes, Jahangir. Any?
It brings up a energy, but I can't put words to it.
Awesome. So did you get that energy for yourself, and did you get to the place where what it senses like to you? So now you
Yeah,
know how
sure.
to be brutally
Yeah,
honest to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And does that create greater or what? So I just wanted to know, I mean, for people to get that, do you think it's very scary space when you know when you're brutally honest to you?
Not
Jagmeet?
scary, but different.
Yeah. Different. So guys, listen to him. He's saying it's not scary, it's different. It might be uncomfortable, but it's not scary. You are not going to die. And Jahangir is with us on this call after sensing what it meant. So everything that is, can we destroy and not get all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, collection, boys and beyonds. Anybody else went on to that home play? Anybody still alive after the home play? No. Anita's nodding her head. I'm so happy to see her today. Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot for coalition boys and beyonds. Awesome. So all the projections, expectations, separations, judgments and rejections and conclusions you have of to be the brutally honest to you, would you now revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, destroy, and unkit all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, coalition boys and beyond. So today we were reading this book again, the projection, expectation, separation, judgment, and rejection book. And after that, Anita, can I share about you? Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. So she's like, uh, I mean, after I finished the call, we all were like totally zoned out, and no space. I mean, while reading, I was going blank, and I was like totally. Priyanka says yes, it was a little uncomfortable. Yeah, thank you, Priyanka. So we went to the space, totally space and zoned, and then I go and sit by myself, and I was drowning, and I was like, suddenly, what's going on? I'm like, wow, it was like, oh much, so much to keep in action, so much to learn from this book, so much to like remember. And then I'm like, do as infinite being, do I really have to remember anything? I've read through it, and I have like kind of, and my being has got it, so that's it. And I'm like, okay, nothing is gonna make me contract for this. And I was sitting, and then I got few calls, and then in the afternoon, then I get her call saying that I'm sinking. And I'm like, wow, no wonder how aware I was, and I did not let myself sink. And then I'm like, who are you thinking for, and what are you thinking for? She's like, after reading this book of projection separation, I'm like, what to remember, how to remember projection and separations, and what, I mean, I'm doing projection everywhere or what? And I was like, are you? And we just cleared that whole energy, and suddenly she bounced up. So how many lifetimes and how many places you guys do that? Did you have, I mean, you come on the calls, you listen to it, then you're like, oh God, I don't remember a thing that Aradhana said or anybody else said. And then you get into that crunch mode rather than like, okay, is it here? Is it a change showing up in a very different way? Or is it something which has come up to just go? And everything that is can be destroyed and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nasha, birth and beyond. Priyanka says most of the time. Yes. And it's like, even if you go to these places of being brutally honest, because being honest is a big thing in this reality. How from a very childhood we have been taught to be honest, to be honest. And how many times are we honest to us? But we are mostly honest to the world. And does that serve
Can
your
I ask
purpose?
a question here, Aradhana?
Yes, Kamal. Oh, Rohini. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Kamal, yeah.
don't we always know inside when we are being honest and when we are not being honest to
Correct. We
ourselves?
always know. Of course we know.
So,
But do you want to look at it? That's my question.
okay.
That's where we're getting to. What will change? So even Priyanka said it's uncomfortable. Jahangir said it wasn't scary, but it was different. So what is the uncomfortability in that? Is my question to you all. Whereas in you have been brought up from your childhood to be honest. So what is the uncomfortable of being honest to yourself? What does being honest to yourself means to you guys? What stops you to look? Yeah, go ahead, Shivani. I can't. Who's that? So Naga says we get to know our weaknesses. Awesome. So Ruth, are they your weaknesses or are they your strengths? And are you even willing to look as weakness? So yes, so that's what I was saying. I am ADHD. I just go from one topic to the other. So when we were reading this projection expectations, it was also the right and the wrong of it, good and the bad of it. So that's when we're going the weakness and the strongness. The moment we separate these, we are already into the projection and expectation of it. And what makes it weak, what makes it strong, what makes it right, what makes it wrong is a judgment underneath that. So in the process, that's what I got to the whole book was like, if you I mean, I can simplify it for you. Of course, I would love you guys to read it. If you are making it right and wrong ever, if you're making weak and strong ever, or any of the opposites that you think, you're already into a judgment. So can you see, when you're not willing to be honest to ourselves and we're not willing to even go to that zone of what we call uncomfortable, how much of a judgment are we holding and storing into our bodies? And then we're like, how did I fall sick? What happened? I've been doing question. I'm doing question. Are you being the question? Are you willing to go and see there what it is? And the funniest is people don't die. Priyanka didn't die. Jahangir didn't die. They're here. I'm here. I'm like, okay, what is it that I'm unwilling to see here? So everything that is can be destroyed and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, online shop, birds and yours. So truth. What is so uncomfortable to be honest? And everything being honest means to you guys, can you destroy and get all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, online shop, birds and beyond. It's already showing that none of you are honest ever. You know how convictingly we always say, oh, can I be honest to you? Can I be honest to this? Honestly, I'm telling you this. Can you see how much of a judgment in the word honesty is filled up with? Everything that is can be destroyed and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, but for collision, birds and beyond. How many
Whole
of you on
judgment,
this?
whole of this quote is with judgment only, na?
Yes.
Honesty. And
Yeah. Now that isn't honesty a distractor? Isn't it? So what are you hiding away from yourself? If you stop hiding, will change your whole reality and actualize a different reality which you are aware of. And everything that brings up can be destroyed and get that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, online shop, boys and beyonds. So truth, what does being honest means to you guys? Who actually claims being honest? Can I have none of you? Don't tell me none of you are being honest. Yeah, come on. Come on, at least get off your gray screens, yeah. Come on, get out of gray screens. Show up. Be honest. Come on.
Like for
Show
me,
up, guys. Yeah, Jahangir.
before Access, I used to be like, I have to be that perfectly honest person and do everything. Like I used to find it very difficult to even lie to clients.
Yeah.
And after
And
Access, it's been a very different journey where I've been like looking into things and clearing them. So it's,
so if I may ask,
yeah.
as you said before access and after access, so truth, before access also, were you not lying to your clients and were you not lying to yourself? Were you actually honest?
Yes, but the thing was that
Yes.
at
Listen,
that
he
time
said
there used to be
yes
a
and but.
guilt. Yeah,
Yes.
there was a guilt.
Totally.
Now that guilt is no longer there.
Correct. So you were manipulating the world. You were
Yes.
manipulating you and you were being dishonest to you.
Yes.
And when the world reverts back to you with that dishonesty, you crib.
Reaction mode,
Why the
absolute
hell
in those
people?
days.
Yeah. Why the hell were they dishonest to me? I have been so honest to them. I have been so honest to my work, but my boss is dishonest to me. Correct? It is so funny. We created, and they're like, but where am I creating? Jahangir would say, oh, I have been really working hard. I have been honest. I have been really putting my, sweat into it and there for you guys. And you still saying I'm dishonest because he's being dishonest to himself. And everything that is bringing up, can we destroy and unkit all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, online shop, birds and beyonds? Who has the courage to be honest to yourself? And it's just a choice. I'm just putting up a possibilities for you guys that there is a choice of having your back. And people say, I do not understand what does having your back looks to myself. What does that mean, having my back? Have you ever had your back? Have you ever been kind to yourself? Have you ever been a girlfriend and a boyfriend to yourself? Have you ever been that nurturing, caring, romantic being to yourself? And then you're asking from the world. Then you don't have relationships. Hi, Natasha. And everything that brings up can be destroyed and unkit all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, all measure, birds and beyonds. So who here is truly drooling on their self? Are the best friends of themselves? Who loves themselves? Who's their favorite?
Hi, Aradhana.
Hi, Shikha. Can I see your pretty face?
Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. Like, I'm a little stuck. So I'll come on.
Dressing up?
Yeah, I'm just dressing up. I want to look as beautiful as you.
I don't wait to be seen. You are beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks for that statement when you said, are you being your own boyfriend? Are you being your own girlfriend? And are you being that own romantic? I mean, wow. And
Yeah.
this just brings up one thing, and if I may just share, so I was there with this facilitator, and there was this one participant who was talking about her husband, who happens to have an extramarital affair, and she was talking about how he's just like cheating and how he just behaves and blah 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 blah. And the facilitator just stops her in between and says that, okay, can I ask you a question? And she says yes. And she says, how much is your body actually signaling that probably that is the kind of attention and the love that it wants? Can you give it to yourself? And oh my god, when you just said that, I got reminded of it, and it just expanded me. So first of all, thank you so much. That was
Most welcome.
beautiful.
Thank you
And
for receiving feedback.
I have this question. So when someone's being mean, and when someone is just being mean, there was this one thing where I was just like trying to figure out as to if someone's being mean to me, say for instance, someone just told me probably you have that energy, and that is why you kind of are attracting someone. Is it true, or is it that probably not being some energy?
So as I said that earlier also, that if you're aligning with it or if you're disagreeing with it, either or, then definitely it's you're projecting at it. So that's your projection. That's the similar energy you are kind of inviting.
Oh, okay. When
And if you
aligning
will
or
not,
rejecting?
yeah, both, either or. When you're neutral to it, it won't even matter to you. If it's carrying, if it's taking your energy, yeah. And if it doesn't, even then you do not lick, then it keeps coming back with a bigger bang. Like it exactly happens in our bodies. Like when we create, like, body will give you awareness with little changes, but we are not so present with our body. So we don't even acknowledge that little changes in our body. And then a little pain starts, and then the pain becomes more and more and more severe. And then it gets created into a disease. And then finally, some people even die of it. Right. So that is like, that's a way of body communicating to you. So and similarly, people in your life will show up, and the same pattern keeps repeating in your life until you actually look into it. What is it? What am I not listening here? What am I not receiving from here? And that is when we say the receiving is the biggest thing on this reality. Like if you start receiving, just receive the information, and then like, okay, choice you always have. You are like what Jahangir said, that don't want to listen to it only, and when you actually, there is something scared within you of going to that point, that if you go there, then you might burst out. So there's a little fear in everybody. So it's like whole choice of looking into it. So Nali, can you mute yourself? So Last, can you mute? Yeah. I lost the track and everything. That is, can we destroy and get on? Yeah. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, and milk. So it will keep coming to you in a different formats. And so if you start looking at it and questioning it, you can change it. It's like, that's when I always say, and I have said in my earlier calls also, that everybody, whatever comes to you is a gift. And this morning I was talking to someone, and it was like, why is that when we cry, when we are in upset mode, or when we are cranky, why is it wrong immediately? It is. I want to spend a day which is full of sadness. Okay, that's just a choice. And it's not wrong or right choice. When we are making it a wrong choice, we are already into the judgment of it. And that's already into the drama of it. So life is very simple. But the whole idea is, are we sitting here and receiving the information, and then being in the question, am I making it right or wrong? Is there a choice? Am I projecting? Am I expecting? It's just that. And when you're thinking too much, then it's like thinking, and you delve into it. And then you lose you. There is nothing that you're doing to others. Everything is to you. But here, it's like you guys are lucky. I mean, you guys must acknowledge yourself that you guys were in this space where at least you know you have to look here within you. It's about you, it's not about others. Okay, at times you fall off, fall in. And that's a demand that you will eventually ask, that I choose to be me and choose demand that of me, that I be present every moment. Not even a fraction of a second not being present. But that's a demand but at least first step is already there, and some of you might be at the 10th step. Not that you have, and you're not wrong or right, but you're just choosing different. Yeah? And everything that brings up, we just try and get on. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, talk, all the shavers in there.
So,
Awesome.
Aradhana, when you say, when we are rejecting or we are aligning, we are projecting. What are we exactly projecting there?
So see, so when you have a projection and expectation, and it's not getting completed because you have, I expected so and so to do so, and that person has not done, so you have immediately rejected and separated from that person. And
They form a barrier, right?
yeah, and then you have concluded that this person doesn't like me, or I'm like this, and that is also because you have rejected and separated from you. As an infinite being, is there that something you do not have, and is there anything you can reject and separate from yourself? No. So when we become finite, that's when we do all this. We are into projection expectations, we are immediately going to do separations and rejections and conclusions, and we have become finite. So now it's a choice. Would you like to operate from the finiteness or infiniteness? I know it's a huge demand. It's a huge demand. I have been really demanding. I'm like, I am fucking having it now. That's my demand these days. I choose to live from the space of total infiniteness. Whatever it shows like, howsoever it shows like, and things never show up the way you're asking them to show up. And then there is always a word ease in it. What will it take for it to show for ease? And it's so funny that things are not of my reality ease, they're not showing us ease. And I'm like, I am not even scared of you. I'm not even scared of you. Now what? I am the lioness of my life, and come from whatsoever. I'm having it at any given, howsoever, because eventually is getting out of the judgment of the negativity of it or the positivity, because negative and positive again is a projection and expectation. And everything that is bringing up can be destroyed and get all right and wrong, good and bad, what purplish person was. I wonder how many times you guys have to hear it, but you will hear it when you'll have to hear it.
Thank you.
Ma'am. Thank you so much.
Aradhana.
Yes, who's that?
Hello.
Yes, who's that?
That's Naga.
Naga, can I see
Can
your
you hear me,
face?
Aradhana?
I can hear you. Can I see you? Yes. I see you're traveling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So the exact same thing is happening in my world now. I promised something to one of the managers for assessment that I'll be submitting it on Friday. It completely went off. And just before you spoke about, that person has rejected and we should not get into the conclusions and all, I got that mail and I got into that judgments and conclusions that, oh, I'm so wrong. I did not submit it and I was not honest. I did not stand by my word, and you started clearing it up. It's so
No wonder
awesome
this
that
is
you
big
just
now.
got it.
I saw, how does it get any better than what else is possible? And the moment we catch up, we should acknowledge, pat yourself that, oh, I did catch up myself and now I can change it. And Abhi bola, we need to change right away. Hello, give that quantum entanglement. Even if you get up a glass of water, there is a kind of a, time lapse in it. And trust it's happening. Trust it's changing. And because you have defined how the change has to look, so if it's not showing up in that manner, that's like, oh, universe did not listen to me. Nothing is happening. Nothing. I have to take on control. As if by taking your control, you're anyways going to change it. You're only going to make the journey difficult. And that's why you get bad roads all the time. Everything that is can be destroyed and all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, on the shabbat and love. Come on, guys, show up. Don't show me these gray screens, please.
There's a
My
question
request
from
to you.
Smriti.
Yeah, say.
So many times I
Eat it up.
expect so many things from my husband and kids, and I feel hurt when they are not fulfilled. So what is it?
Stop expecting. Stop expecting, Smriti. What is it? You already know it, what it is. You're expecting. How can you expect for us anything from anybody? I expect Smriti to work the whole day, take care of me, only pamper me. Is it possible, Smriti? Where are you? Where have you gone? Can I see you? So I want you to be in a particular way the whole day. Keep sitting with me online. Do not do the homework. Don't do anything. Would you give it to me? If you will not do, I'll get hurt. Batao, would you be there?
But still, Aradhana, I feel like, I pot and poke a lot, but at the end of the day, I
But you
find
feel.
myself very hurt.
But you feel. But you feel.
I
But
personally
you
feel and
feel.
tell my husband that you are the only person in my life with whom I can expect certain things in my life.
Who says so? What did he do? Poor guy, what did he do that he has to go through that expectation list of yours? Because he got married to you? That was his wrongness? I mean, why are you,
But
what is it that
he
you're
also
burdening?
has so
So
many
you are the,
expectations out of me,
Smriti, so
right?
you are the only daughter-in-law, your mother-in-law expects everything from you. What is it that you do not give her? She also feels so hurt.
Many things.
Everything that brought up and brought down can be destroyed, none can all. Right and
Yes.
wrong, good and bad, Potma Kollasha Bhajan. You are the only one, yeah. Please, only one bahu she has, one daughter now she has. She can expect something from you. No? Are you giving her? Why are you hurting her all the time? But you are the only one. But she feels hurted. Now what do we do? Tell me one thing. Good expectations. Who says that you have to expect anything from anybody? Treat people how you want to be treated. Now that, not that how you are treated.
Okay.
Keep on talking your expectations and projections. If no projection, no expectation, be grateful for whatever he is there for. And you are there for. And it can only change when you are brutally honest to yourself, when you're being grateful for your presence in the world. When you are complete in yourself, when you do not need any, and you do not expect anything from anybody else, that's when you are it. The infinite being. It's just from the fun of it. That way,
Radha,
this cycle never gets over.
this evening call is see the projection expectation की book को भी और clear कर रहे हो. I'm so grateful to you. I'm
Most welcome.
so
What does
grateful
it
to
mean?
myself for showing up.
Thank you. Thank you for showing up, sweetheart. Got it, Smriti?
Yes, thank you.
Can you unchain your husband today and let him fly?
And one more thing, Aradhana, though it's not relevant with the topic, but I give my kids or my husband, lots of like body processes or swaps, but they are not willing to receive.
So did they ask for it?
No.
So are you the
It
superior
will be
bitch of the
yellow.
house? Are you the superior bitch?
Yes.
What makes you give them? I mean, because you doing it does not mean he does it. What your
No,
mother-in-law
but
does, do
sometimes
you
my
do the same?
husband's no, like some no, like sometimes my husband complains of certain pains in his
Let him be in
body
it.
process, or sometimes
My
for my
body is
kids,
also paining.
yeah.
Unless nobody asks, Smriti, do not give. People will reject it and give it back to you with daggers attached, and then you will say, I'm hurt. Give them what they're asking for, not what you think they should have.
Okay.
And even that means somebody is in the pain, it's okay. They're choosing. And why you make, what is it that you're making pain wrong? How many things in life we make wrong and right all the time? It's just a choice. Maybe his body is telling him something. Unless he do not ask, it's okay. And I don't wonder who asked that question yesterday. Was it on the call or somewhere else that the person is sitting in the room? I think it was on the call only, that the person is sitting in the room and the other person people are going through the pains and the aches in the family, and how can they be with them? Just be that invitation of being like happy, joyful energy, rather than getting into their pants and being upset like them. Who would you like to go? Like if you are sick and another person comes and be sick with you, would you, are you contributing? Or rather like, hey, I'm joyful, the other person can at least look at you, oh, this person is still joyful, what makes him joyful? So what invitation can you be at that time? And how can you out manipulate him? Okay, and what if not at the time of a sickness, and otherwise what if we can tell him all the time that, or sometimes like, hey, I've learned this, and so magic happened when I ran this process on somebody, not from the point of view that he should take it, and just sharing that, we just learned something new here and this just helped somebody, and just leave it on that. Do not say more. Less is more. We try to explain them, we try to say everything to them, and that's when we already put them into rejection, because we are forcing and pushing on them. True. Awesome. Thank you for great question.
Aradhana, I'd like
Anybody
to
else?
share something on that note on what Smriti had said. So, since I learned bars, and, I was so excited. I wanted to gift it to everybody, at my place, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law. But I realized that, all the times I told them that, I want to gift it to you, they were not accepting of it, and I just left it at that. But then one day my sister-in-law came up to me and she said, you know what? I think I need to get my bars run from you now. So that was what made me very happy, that, I'm not imposing myself on them, and I'm not, forcing them to do it. But she's come up on her own and is now wanting to receive them. Versus a condition where my brother, out of formality, said, okay, gift me the bars. So he said that, gift me the bars, but there was this completely different energy, because he was trying to make me happy by receiving the bars. He, since I'm saying it so many times that I've learned it and I'm so excited. So I think unless and until, like what you just shared, that somebody is willing to receive it, then and also that we don't get that joy of gifting it also to that person. I mean, Smriti, I'm just I think having a cross conversation with you also, and Aradhana also, that I don't know, do you actually get the joy of gifting? I don't. I didn't. I tried it once or twice. I didn't get that joy of
No, so
gifting.
it's also this, Rohini, that if you give something that people have not asked, one, you're not like being in the allowance of their choices. You're judging them that they're wrong or right, or you are better than them. So what fun can you have then? It's a judgment, and that today if I learn access does not mean, or the tools, or maybe any other modality or anything which is working for me. If I'm going to go and share it with somebody, it's mean you should do this. Should is a judgment. Should is a place where, nobody's asked, rather than saying, hey, I like when I learned, I was like, I'm learning this and it's a lot of fun for me. And people used to say, oh, whatever is giving ease to you. I said, sure, it's giving ease to me and it's fun for me not to tell anyone. It's okay. And okay. And, leave it there. Until it's like they one day think, what, in spite of everything going on, what makes her laugh so much? And it's like, and even not that, even maybe throughout the lifetime, they don't choose it. Like my husband never chose to receive it.
Right.
And that was fine. He was not wrong or right. And he made his choice what he wanted to make. It's our judgment on it also that somebody has to choose. This is fun for us. Maybe it's not fun for others.
Right.
So be an allowance of other people's choices.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Shivangi.
Aradhana, I want to say something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm waiting. Okay.
Okay, after Shivangi, I think she's on the. I'll take you. She was ready, pehle. Natasha, ek minute.
So, Aradhana, again, since today's that morning call, my body is just like I don't know in what space, and I'm not feeling like doing anything. I'm suddenly feeling very heavy, and I'm really using who does this belong to and everything. One thing that is definitely showing up for me is that as you asked that what does brutally honest mean, and the uncomfortableness really is the change itself. So
Correct.
right now I don't feel like talking to anyone, and the conversations that I have with people who are usually around me, they are such strong narratives, such strong opinions, that right, that in this time when I'm, we are doing the money book also, and the projection expectation book also. With all of this, I'm short of words now. Like, I don't know what do I say.
You really do not know
And
what
every
to
time
say,
people
or
are
you
talking,
can be
I
this
don't.
way. So that's where exactly where you're coming from. When you are being that space, you're judging it already, and you're judging their choices. That you're different now. You moved away from it, and you're in a different zone and space. And wherever you learn that you have to answer, and it's just maybe you just have to hear them out, and you can be that space for them. And even if you do not want to listen, you can walk away. What if it's not a wrongness? What if there's a space that something is shifting and changing in your system? Like, even if you do some any process for that matter, it takes a time to broil, right, or boil, or to cook, or do something. So it's the process is on till the time we eat that thing. So if can you be an allowance of your body and have that space that this Lord that shifted today, and you have changed a lot, and that does not mean that those people are wrong. They are in their own world, and maybe one day or maybe not you become an inspiration, but your life is changing for yourself,
Yeah.
for you having fun, and if you're enjoying the space, be with it. Cool. Does that make it lighter? And it's not always me
Yeah.
they belong. It's like, okay, is this a new space which I'm not used to? And we also think, oh, now I'm not talking the same way, I don't want to be in the conversation. What if you do not have to make that wrong? You are changing anyways, but now you're more present with it. And what else is possible? Great. Awesome. Yes, Natasha, come in, sweetheart.
Hi, Aradhana. How are you?
Nice, your lovely, pretty face.
I knew it.
Of course you know it. Then why don't you show it?
Sorry. Okay, now you can
I
see.
don't want to see your wall. I want to see you.
No, no,
I'm very demanding.
yes.
No, take the camera a little down.
Okay.
Yes, here you come.
So you can see, no?
Yeah, now I can see your pretty face.
So I actually, you were like a really, what do you say, inspiration to me, because, whenever I feel low or something, I feel, Aradhana is like, how did she come out of it so fast? And for me, it took so much time. But again, I don't want to judge myself. Maybe.
Thank you for that. I'm
Yeah,
grateful
it
to you
is.
for that.
It's so, because I know what.
I'm grateful for you for not judging you. Thank you. Take your camera a little no.
So, but I want to ask that, I told you in one of the calls that I have stones in my gallbladder, and you had given me hearing, and I've been like, I'm playing like even few people had given me, but it's just that last week I'd gone for the bar swap. I was out, then again Friday I was out, and I don't know why Saturday I had some cake, and it was my cousin's birthday, and when I came home I was only puking, and I was having loose motions, and I've never got this in so many years. So I was just
what is it you're making wrong about it? What if the body is changing, sweetheart?
no, then I get firing that you're doing so much, and then you are
So
puking.
do you have a judgment on it? That I'm doing so much, or do you get firing, or you firing yourself? Be brutally honest, sweetheart.
I get
so nobody can give you firing unless you have not fed in there. See, this is how you projected that in other people's head, and now they're like, "वो बोल रहे हैं, मैं थोड़ा ना बोल रही." I'm not saying it to myself. They are telling it to me. How much judgment are you holding that I'm not able to do it, and I have to change it? What if you're just doing all this for fun of it? What are you vested in doing all these tools, and are you vested in doing these body processes? So I'm the biggest example for this, and being I'm having my husband. Why could you not save your husband? You can change the world, but why could you not change your husband? Why could you not save him? So give me an awareness to that, Natasha.
Sometimes other people, family members don't understand. Then,
Haha. Oh my God. So you're facilitating me the same answer? Everything that is getting destroyed, none can talk. Right and
yes.
wrong, good and bad, pot, pot, it's just a choice. We are not here. So when people ask me, are you a healer? And are
Yes.
you into holistic healing? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just facilitating change. And only if people choose to have that change. And I'm not judging them for what they are and what they're not. Whatever they're choosing is their choice, and I'm okay for them to die or not. But I can give you tools to be more joyful while your journey is on towards you to leave. So between me and my husband, we had an amazing relationship, and the whole journey was beautiful before he left.
Yes.
So that was for me with these tools. This is who I be. Just for me, just for fun, not to tell anyone. It's fun for me, and I know that it's fun for me, and this is what it gifted me. I'm here, alive, enjoying chatting with you all, and actually acknowledging and being grateful to life. Why do we get vested something has to change something? So which means you're already making what you have as wrong. Again, you're into the projection expectations of it. Stop doing that, guys. Whatever you are has been your creation, and just receive it with total gratitude. Only that can change it. And if you truly desire to change it, keep asking questions.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Be it. Thank you. Priyanka says, this is very beautiful. I'm facilitating change instead of a healer. Yes, totally.
Yeah, this is awesome. So yeah, because now my body has become very aware. If it doesn't like anything, it just vomits.
Awesome. Can you ask your body to choose another way? More easier way out.
Yeah. So this has happened twice, and sometimes it's a little difficult to come out and.
Yeah. So stop before you put it in your mouth.
Yeah, I think I'll be very, very aware.
Very, very.
I'm also getting the awareness. And I'm also getting the awareness it's letting go of some few things in my life.
Yeah, and wherever you made it so difficult to let go things, can you pocket pot and can have ask for ease and joy and fun? I mean, there are different ways to let go.
Yeah.
You can just say, I let go. That's easy. I let go rather than having your body go through everything. And just a choice. Stop judging. Okay, no, judge a lot, yeah. Natasha, judge till you die. Pocket pot and right and wrong. Awesome. Anybody else?
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Welcome. Guys, can you take off your grey screens? Yeah? It's so boring to see those grey screens. I love your lovely faces moving, smiling, sad, joyful. Yes, it's so nice to, this is just a personal meeting we have every kind of a month. And maybe you're hiding away. You're coming my home and you're not even, ready to see me and you're hiding under the curtain. What is that? Yeah, come on. I invited you all here. You don't want to be seen hiding behind my curtains. That's not done. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. What else is possible? Awesome. Any more questions coming up? Anything anybody is still not clear about the honesty and because this is a huge topic. Like people really get messed up with the honesty and the lies. So anybody?
Why do we?
Yay, Indrajit.
Good evening, Aradhana.
Good evening. Can I see your face? Handsome face. Yes.
Yeah. Why do we choose to lie?
It's not why. It's just a choice. It's what do you choose to?
The choice that we make is on account of a few points of view. One is a peer pressure, one is a fear, one is I'll call it a pseudo joy.
Yeah, but that's just a choice, no? All these three are choices. Yeah, pure choice.
But once we start doing that, it kind of becomes a habit with us.
Correct.
It is on the first instance when you have an opportunity of telling a lie vis-a-vis the truth. The choice that you make at that time tends to come back to us later again in life. Okay, let me choose this again.
Yeah.
Let me see what advantages do I get?
Yeah.
What benefits do I get? How do I react? Now, this
Yeah.
habit formation is something which we need to break.
Yeah, so that is what we have to be present, and habit is not to the world, to yourself.
Yeah.
If that is what is coming to you, that is basically you're not being honest to your own self.
True.
The honesty only has to do with you. It is not that take the board and tell the whole world. It's
While
about
we
you.
are aware that we are being dishonest with ourselves,
Yeah.
we come under these pressures or points of view and get convinced by these pressures or points of view,
Yeah,
and
because
try
we
and
want to
take
be we want to be right in our lives, no?
correct.
Yeah. So that's it.
Or we want to progress further in life, beat others in competition.
But there is
During
nobody who can be in the Jeet anyways. So who are you gonna beat
True.
anyways? But we
No,
think that
but
we're gonna beat another and become greater
this is
than
a
them.
mistake. This is a mistake we make,
Yeah. But I mean,
and we got to
I guess,
guard against this mistake.
yeah. So what's the question? Are you sharing? Or are you question?
I'm just sharing,
Okay. Oh,
and
sorry. I thought you have a question. Okay.
no,
No worries.
I am
Yeah.
sharing, and I'll
Okay.
share something more with you. It started off with my, say, about 2 months into my service, when I was given a responsibility, and in the morning when my superior who had given me the responsibility asked what happened. Now that was one moment. I was in service for only about 2.5 months. I was not aware. I said, okay, let me admit to him that I have made a mistake. I could have
Mm-hmm.
covered it up by telling one lie, two lies, three lies, and so on and so forth. But from that moment onwards, I found that there was a lot of joy in me when I told him the truth, and he advised me. He said, for future, please take this recourse.
Mm-hmm.
And it became a habit with me thereafter to confront myself with situations where the consequences could have been grave for me at times. But by telling the truth, I found there was a lot of joy in it.
Yeah. So I would say everybody will have to figure out their own ways.
Yeah.
Yet I would like you to choose to be at least be brutally honest to you. If not to the world, but you be with you. Snekant, could you unmute yourself and you can ask question whatever got you onto this call. Thank you, Indrajit, for the share though. Thanks. Yeah, Snekant, would you like to unmute yourself? No.
Well, yeah. Hi.
Yeah, can I see your face? Handsome face, please.
No, I don't want to be there that way.
You don't want to be
But I just
seen. First,
no, I don't want to be seen.
I
Yeah.
like it.
I wanted to have a little brief, like what is this talk, like a little brief about the topic, so I know what can I ask and what can I not ask. So
What do you
just
want to ask? You can ask anything. There's nothing that you cannot ask here. It's basically
so
about being brutally honest to yourself in the world and choosing from that space. So what got you onto this site? What got you onto this call?
okay, that line exactly tricked me, but I could not understand what to ask exactly. But this was always bothering me at the same time. I know what I'm supposed to like. Sometimes we fail in spite of knowing what you're supposed to, and we're not able to get over it. Then what? Find a kind
You're
of
not. So what? Can you give me an example where you cannot get over something? Is it possible that you cannot get over something unless you do not choose to? What is not making you make that choice? So the fear of the judgment, the fear that you'll be seen, fear then you'll be wrong. That's when you're not even willing to be here, because tomorrow everybody knows my face and they might judge me. Who is judging you other than you? And everything that is, can you let go? Yes. Who's judging you, Sneh?
Yeah, me only. Yeah. Even before
Yeah.
judge myself first. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I hold
So
100%.
how fearful are you to be seen And is that true? I mean, if you were so fearful and scared to be on this planet, what is it that you've created this body to be here? What are the lies that you're hiding away from yourself? What lie are you giving to yourself all the time, that you're ugly, that you should not be seen, you're a bad guy, your intentions are not good? What is it that you're giving it to yourself all the time? What are you feeding yourself? And if you are feeding that to yourself, wonder what the world is going to feed you with. Because world is only going to project what are you projecting at yourself.
Wow.
And everything that is, can you destroy and unkit all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, words and beyonds. What if you can receive you as who you be? Whatever that means. It might be means that you love to have women, that you like to have sex, that you want to talk about sex, whatever it shows up. What if you're not wrong and right about it too? What is it that you're judging? What makes you judge it? This is who you be. Can you first receive you?
Wow. Like
And everything that is and allow, can you destroy and unkit all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature,
judgments about me in that case.
I know. I'm psychic. Everything that brings us can be destroyed and unkit all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, words and beyond. What gift are you to the planet that you're not acknowledging? Maybe whatever you're proposing into the world might be some people require it.
It doesn't feel never like that.
Huh?
It never feels like that. It like
Because you don't allow yourself to sense that. No, feeling is a judgment because because you have a loads of judgment underneath that. You have brutally killing yourself with all the judgments. So that's the whole topic, is being brutally honest to you at least, and then receive you as what you be, not judge you. I wonder how you're living. I mean, I can sense your body right now. It's like crazy judgments you're living with. What if you let go them today?
sorry?
I said, what if you let go all your judgments today? Wonder what your body will be. It will be so joyful, and what a different life you will have right after this call, right now, right away. It's okay, whatever you are, whosoever you are, howsoever you are. We are here, we have your back. And everything that brings up for all of us, can we destroy and unkit all, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all sugar, and beyond. Awesome.
Hi, Aradhana. This is
Hello.
Shivani.
Hi, Shivani.
Aradhana, I am on this call for the last 2 days. And I got the
Thank
crux
you.
is that whatever we feed it to ourselves, that is shown in our world, right? So on
Yeah.
this, I have a very, very tough question with me. I'm going through an illness for the last 4 years. And I'm almost on bed. And there is not much diagnosis, no much like treatments are available. It's just that with access, I am recovering slowly, bit by bit, and it's helping me right now.
You would not like to get up in a minute?
I'm trying. I'm
Trying.
working on it.
Stop
Yeah, I'm trying
trying.
slow and
Get up.
slow, and it's
What are you trying and testing?
it's like building up energy.
Whose attention do you desire, darling?
No, it's like my question is, I have developed this fear of loneliness कि मैं ठीक नहीं हो रही हूँ, and मुझे सब छोड़ के चले जाएंगे, कब तक कोई मुझे इतना वो
चले
करेगा?
ही गए सब तो. Everybody gone
तो मुझे
already.
ये कैसे क्लियर करूँ मैं this कि
Just clear it. जैसे
कैसे
बोल
करूँ
रहे
मुझे
हो.
नहीं समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि I don't
Okay.
want to feed this to myself if it projects in my world. So
What if you
ये
can play with interesting point of view? I have this point of view that people would leave me.
okay.
Interesting. Keep repeating in your head. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that people would leave me. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that people would leave me. I'm alone. Alone is the biggest power. Have you
But
seen a
that
lion in the
scares me,
jungle?
that scares me that I will be alone in this world में कैसे manage करूँगी? मतलब ये मुझे बहुत वो करता है.
क्या manage क्या करना है? What do you have to manage? So you rather feel, oh wow, so you rather feel sick and be bedridden so that there is a continuous somebody act on your body. Wow. Amazing creator you are, darling.
Can you please repeat
What a
that?
grand,
Can
glorious
you
creator.
can you please
So,
repeat?
how much do you want to be taken care by people? Because if you would be in the bed, then at least somebody will be around you, not to take care. You would not be alone. Rather than even if you're alone, you go out. Can you? Are you from India, right, Shivani? You know
Yeah.
how many? You know the population of India.
Uh,
Can you ever be fucking alone? I have been on treks. I could not even find being alone there. Yeah. I mean, there is people even there. Even you go up there on the top of the thing, you have people with you. What kind of people are you looking? Who are you looking? Are you there with for you? What do you truly desire? You creating sickness to have people around you is an amazing choice.
is it?
I wonder. You tell
Okay.
me.
Okay. Then
That's what
how
I'm
to
asking.
change it? Then how to change it?
Just change, choose
Interesting point
different.
of
That I am willing to be yeah, interesting point of view. I have this point of
interesting
view that
point
I'll
of
be alone and I'm willing to be alone.
I'm willing
Hello,
to
get
be
up from your
okay.
bed and walk and down. We'll have so many people here, yeah. We'll come and chat with you. Come on. And
Okay.
She is
bro, we
acknowledging
just have
that
to get
she is
ice cream
improving
for us.
with excess.
Yeah,
She is
but
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
doing
acknowledging.
it. I know Indrajit, she's
Yeah,
acknowledging, but she's doing it
yeah.
bit by bit. But she would not like to get up in one go and come out. For what? I mean, who knows that she has so many days to live, man?
Because I have tried a lot and every time I fall back.
Stop being fraud petrol to yourself for trying. First, acknowledge that this is what I'm choosing to be. This is what I'm creating this fucking sickness for, and I'm changing it now. I rather live alone and walk the street and be myself rather than have zillions of people coming, paying, and taking care of me.
Okay.
Stop,
Okay. Okay.
right? Stop being that pathetic.
Okay.
Thank you for
Thank
laughing on
you.
it. Everything that is going to destroy and get on.
Thank
Right
you.
and wrong, good and bad, pot on a shabad. It's just a choice away. You would be getting up from your bed and you'll be up and about in a day if you choose to, in a moment. How miracles happen, why people go in front of enlightened people and get up and start walking. They create that miracles, they create those magic. Are you fucking willing to create that magic? Are you willing to get out of your fucking story of sickness? See, right now, so you're thinking कि निकलूं कि नहीं निकलूं कि कहीं मैं फंस नहीं जाऊं. Pocket potted. I did wrong, good and bad, pot condition version beyond. STOP is my answer to you. Rest is your choice.
Okay.
You rather choose dying on the bed. I rather choose moving out in the world. You come alone, you live alone, you go alone. Choice is on the journey who you want to be with and what fun you would like to have. If that is working for you, being alone, not being alone, and in the room, are you really surrounded with zillions of people? Are people really enjoying you with that sickness? I
No.
mean, there's so many other possibilities, man, on the planet. Just a choice.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I've been a little intense with you, but that's what's required. That fucking energy was required to blast you, whatever it is. Fucking for it. Anybody else? It's last question I would love to take. If anybody has a question. Choose or die. Now is the time. Yeah, Radna for this place. Yes, Ritu. Totally. Sometimes being feels crazy, unwanted. Yeah, unwanted is because Sneh, you are unwanted of yourself. You are judging. Thanks, Zil. You are judging yourself because you are so unwanted with yourself. You are judging you, killing you, beating you. If a parent is beating or a friend is beating you 24/7, would you like to be with them? But you are beating you continuously with those the judgments. And you live the life you want to live, yeah? You won't have zillions of people, but you will get 3 people like you. Be happy, be joyful. Joy is infectious. And everything that brings up can be destroyed and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, talk, online show, boys and beyond. I love you all, guys. It's so much of fun.
Love you
We
too.
love you too.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Be you, be
Thank you,
brutally honest.
Randa. Love you.
Thank you. Show up,
Thank you,
guys. Show
Aradhana.
up.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Radha.
Hope to see you next month, somewhere, sometime. Last call.
Yes.
And
Aradhana.
Yeah,
thank you.
guys, you all are showing your love to Aradhana. So, on that note, I'd just like to tell you that on 11th of February, because of Valentine's, she's doing a call on how to be a Valentine and fearing of missing out. And that is a 2 hours call, online call, Zoom call from 6:30 to 8:30. If anybody would like to join, they can contact us.
But guys, all the calls of the 12 months are on the Be the Change YouTube link on all the topics I've done so far. And that's really available. And you're most welcome to share it to the world if you think that can be a contribution. And what else is possible? So see you next month for sure. Oh, that is such a darling, Shefali.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty,
Hello,
pretty.
Keva. Oh, you look so pretty.
He is so sweet.
What else is possible?
What else is possible, my John?
That's an infectious smile.
Yes, infectious.
All right. Thank you, guys. क्या बोला?
And all of life comes to me with these
Thank you, guys. Love you all. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye-bye.